Hello everyone, this is the Super Wig Maker, and today I'm with you with another video with wig making. And today I'm showing you how I made a full lace unit. It's synthetic and brown, and right here you're watching me making the cap. The half front part of the unit has the 40 denier Swiss lace from Bamburi and Postis, which is very fragile, and the back of the unit has a much sturdier and darker lace, and I did this on purpose because I didn't want it to have too much contrast with the hair, so you won't really watch any knots or hair or lace. Right here you're watching me putting the wig cap on, and this is custom made to my own head. You can see where the front part has a much more delicate lace and the back is darker. I'm gonna show you the back as well. Let me just tuck in my longer hair now. I cut my hair since then, but it's still long after that. You see that it fits perfectly. If I wanted to make a real if I wanted to use it for real when I make the unit, I would definitely do a better job concealing my own hair. You can watch how nice and snugly it fits my head. This is my forehead. You can see the seams that are away from the center. They won't be visible when I ventilate hair. You see, these are the sides. They need to be glued this way, and I plan to alter the ear tabs probably. I don't know what I'll do later. I will have to cut the excess lace, of course. Now this is how the wig cap looks from up close. You can see the back, and I used nylon threading to make it more sturdy. There's other stitches. It's very secure, stitched multiple times. The hair will be ventilated over the seams, and I'm gonna make sure that they will hold the two laces together as well. The ear tabs. And here you're watching me showing you two elastics. They're black, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to use them for the back so as to make this unit be able to keep a tension in the front and thus make it possible to be worn without the need of an adhesive. I'm going to put two of them, of course, and I'm going to attach them right where the two laces connect above the ear. Here you're watching me stitching the elastic right exactly where I told you, and I'm putting the nylon thread again, and I'm making a lot of stitches just to make it secure. And I'm gonna put, of course, one in the other side, and then I'm gonna connect them in the middle, and you will see how. Here you can see both of them being stitched, one in each side. They're very nice and secure, and now I'm gonna connect them in the middle and see how it works. And right here I just worn the wig cap inside out, and I'm gonna try to find approximately the middle. I'm gonna make it symmetrical. And now this is a little bit self-explanatory. I'm gonna show you the two clips that I'm gonna use. They are identical, but they can be connected and be clipped easily. I'm gonna put this inside. I'm going to put through the eye the elastic. Then where I have the marking, I'm going to stitch it really fast. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other part, and then you will see how nicely they can get attached to each other. And here you see that I have attached all the clips, and this is a no tension attachment, and this here is if I want it to be more tight on my head. It's gonna be better. I can clip it easily wherever I want it to have rest or have a tension. It's not very difficult to do that, and these two clips were very cheap. I bought them from a store that sells fabric. After I have finished making the wig cap, I started ventilating, and here you can see the back of the unit. It's some in process. Let me just show you a close-up. I was ventilating. This is the lower part. The hair is a dark one, dark brown, and I'm doing multiple strands per knot and double knotting here because I was just testing out. I didn't need to make double knots. I was just making it to see how it's gonna look. It's very sparse, and I'm gonna show you a little bit about why people are doing this, why this so hideous effect of multiple strands and double knots in the back. Here you can see I say 70 columns of knots, and here you see 5 rows of knots. Now this was for me to test my ventilation speed on this way with multiple strands double knotted. So what happens here is that this amount of hair ventilated was done in 1 hour, and I did this to test myself how fast. Of course, I've never committed to ventilate, like just ventilate and do nothing else. When I ventilate, I usually just, put music or do other things. So this is just strict ventilation of 1 hour. So you realize that if you do bulkier hair per knot, you're actually saving time, because in 1 hour I did all this amount. You can see again how big it is, and you realize that it's 7.5 centimeters to 1.8 centimeters, and that's a huge area for 1 hour, which means that in like 2 days I would be able to finish the whole back. Of course it took me a little longer because, as I said, I'm not so committed and I don't ventilate too many hours per day. On this photo here you see the fragile lace that I use for the top, front and sides of the unit, and I was making a density checker, and I just wanted to see how it looks against my skin. Let me show you a close-up. It looks quite natural, and the fact that you don't see two prominent knots is because I have heat treated the knots, so they look much more natural. Here I have finished all the back. I have finished all the bulky lace and all the bulky knots, and I just put a little bit of orange thread just to mark a few things and remind me where to change things, density, ventilation, direction, etc., etc. Right here you can see the crown, which has triangular threading to remind me where things need to start going toward. It's not, when I finished the unit I realized that it was not 100% where I want it to be, but it does the job perfectly. It's so amazing how the back looks, and I'm going to show you later when you see the whole unit done. This is in this image you see one triangle being ventilated, and you can see how good it lays down. A little bit more ventilation and filling the areas one by one. And right here I'm going to show you a small video. Let me just play that. Yeah, you see that the hair lays really flat towards this direction. If I ventilated it towards another direction, it wouldn't lay that flat towards this direction. And I'm planning to do the same to all triangulars. You already saw the images. Let me show you a close-up. Yeah, that looks good. And then of course I'm going to fill the rest of the areas according to the markings. The next image is showing you all the back finished. It's actually all the unit is finished at this point, but I wanted to show the back, and you see how nice it lays. A little bit more close-up. You see that it's very nice, even more close-up. Yeah, the knots are heat treated here, so that's why they're not too obvious. They are obvious because you have bright contrast, but the thing is that even my skin would be bright contrast because this is brown hair and my skin is white. But no one's gonna see from that close to your skin, so they won't be that visible. This is the effect of heat treating the knots. You can watch my video about heat treating the knots. I have 2 videos. And this is how the lower part looks. You can see that even from apart you can see the knots a little bit more visible, while up there, if you see the parting right here, the knots are barely visible. You have to notice them to see how they are. Let me just show you a close-up. Some knots are a little bit bigger here because this was before I did the heat sealing of the whole unit. I did some of it, but not all of it. And then here I'm ventilating the front part with the normal density here. I haven't finished yet. Let me show you a little bit of close-up. You can see the ventilation direction. You can see how sparse the knots are. I have a zigzag effect here, kind of. And right here I have finished pretty much all the unit except the hairline. Now this is the right side if I was wearing the unit. This is the left side and this is the front side. What I want you to pay attention to is the silver thread. This is where the hair should stop, kind of, but this is where I'm gonna put the, let me just see, yeah, this is where I start putting hair there. But this area, which is like a little less than an inch, it's about 2 centimeters long, is being filled with less density. It's not the strict hairline because I'm gonna add more sparse knots. Let me just show you from apart. You can kind of see that this area is a little less dense than the rest of the area. And right here I have finished all of it. This is the front. This is the left if I was wearing it. And this is the right if I was wearing it. And of course, as I said, let me show you in the front. Below the silver line, I am going to put sparser knots here and there. Like I'm gonna add just a few of them. Not really baby hair, but something like baby hair, so as to make the transition even more smooth. So let me show you another picture. This is the lower part. You can see the difference in the colors. The lower part has the deep brown hair. A little bit more close up. You can see the lower part, it's more dense. It's like 33% more dense than the topper part, which has slightly more brown hair. This area here that I'm holding is the area that has the mixture of the light brown hair with the darker brown hair. It's 50-50 blending, but it's not that obvious. It is obvious next to the lower one, but with the upper part I think it's a little bit visible that these triangles that you see here are slightly lighter than the hair lower. The hair lower than the triangles are mixed hair, number 2 with number 4. These triangles and everything in the front is number 4 only. And in this image I'm showing you the wig in the floor, just to show you how it looks and how long it is. This is from the front in the floor. This is from the top. I have already showed you these photos, and I want you to see something else. The hair from knot to the end are all the same length, and you can see that by seeing these arrows. They indicate how the hair is the same. So when you tilt the head, the canvas, the wig, like backwards, you can see that all the hair kind of line up. If you have the hair correctly, the wig normally, you see that there are layers created because of that, and you can check that by watching these red arrows. And this video is almost coming to an end, I hope. Well, not in the end, but you know, I have finished the unit, so I'm showing you. This is how it looks on the mannequin head, but with more natural looking background. A little bit more close up here. Yeah, you can see that this is a stocking cap. This is from the upper part. You see how natural it looks. Look how ridiculously natural it looks. Even the everywhere, if you part it anywhere, you won't be able to see any lace or anything else. It's like watching skin. And if you wear that, and you will see it in a moment, it looks even more natural. Here I'm just taking the braids out. I have finally finished the unit, finally, and I am going to heat seal the whole unit, the knots in the whole unit, even the lower part that has double knots. If I heat seal them, you know, if I apply the heat and pull the strands and the knots, they tend to get thinner and slimmer, more secure. For the single knots, the double knots are secure already, but you know, it's gonna look much better. and of course I'm going to blow dry it straight or use my heating tool to straighten it. Right here you can see me wearing it right after the braid out. It looks so fluffy and fabulous. I don't think I would ever wear the unit like that because I think this hairstyle is mostly good for women, but oh well, that looks very good, and I'm going to show you how it looks straightened. This is the hairline that I have already ventilated. This is the amount of area that I have. You already saw an image. You don't need to see anything more from that. I'm going to take the braids apart, and then I'm just going to straighten it, heat seal the knots because it's still not heat sealed. Then I'm going to show you exactly how it looks. I've taken the braids out. I'm gonna make a little bit of partings to show you how natural it looks, and you can part it anywhere in the front. It's so natural. All the half front unit and the top from crown and forward, it's full high definition. You can see that wherever I part it, it looks natural. You barely see any lace or knots. They are there, the knots are there, and if you pay close attention you're gonna see them because there's no way you're gonna bleach synthetic knots. This is the other side. It's identical to the other side, of course. Pretty natural, and everything looks very nice. I want to show you the crown. The mistake that I did, which is not really a mistake, is that I did the parting, very far back. The crown is a little bit too back, but this is how the hair naturally is. This should be the natural cowlick that usually humans have, but it looks natural even that back, and I can blow dry the hair towards a different direction so it will lay flat enough as well. It won't be too bouncy. And I'm gonna show you the area right above the high definition where the other lace starts. You can see that it starts right over here. Now the only reason that this area is a little bit more obvious is because I have two strands per knot, single knot here, and the lace is darker. Still, it looks amazing. If you wear this and wind blows, it won't be like too fake as a wig. Like wefted wigs, lace fronts, they have wefts back here, or really bulky wigs that have double knots. One of the most important things that I wanted to show you is how it looks against skin. This is my hand, and this is how it looks from a small distance. You can see how good and natural it looks. Wherever you part it, you're gonna see a little bit of skin, and it's a huge mistake for most wig makers to make really thick units. They usually think that you need to cover up everything. If you part the hair somewhere, you need to be able to see some skin. If you don't see skin, it's too thick. Even if you have like a full head of hair naturally, wherever you part your hair, you need to be able to see skin, especially in the crown area where hair is being spread apart. It looks so natural. It might look that it's like a thinning head of hair, but it's not. It's very nice, very thick, and I'm gonna show you when I wear this unit how natural it looks. I'm gonna show you the front a little bit, the hairline. I can still customize the hairline a little bit, but for now it looks okay. This is the hairline. It's very sparse here. This is the temples. They're custom made to myself. I don't have receding hairline. I have male temples, that's all. They're going a little backwards, and I was born like that. I have this kind of temples since I was a kid, so I haven't lost any hair. This is how it is in my head. It's very sparse. Up close you can see very nicely how it looks. If you pull the hair backwards, you can see skin, you can see everything, and the lace seems to melt very nicely against the skin. From a normal distance you wouldn't be able to see even the little tiny dots, the knots. You won't be able to see them. There's nothing I can do about them. They're there to stay, but they look pretty amazing. And this is the inside of the unit. I just turned it inside out. These are the seams. I have ventilated through all the layers in the seams so as to reinforce them. The ear tabs that I still need to fix a little bit because I don't want to glue everything down. I will see what I will do. This is where the two laces connect. There is a huge overlap area where I ventilated both layers. If you can see the little black dots is hair ventilated there, and the stitchings of course are there to help and reinforce everything. And some spots have like too many layers. This is the other side. Yeah, the back, it's not stretchy, it's just that it creased. Now there is the part that I removed from you know, I remember that I told you that it was a little longer than what I wanted to be. I folded it upwards and it's just okay. There's where the elastic usually stays, where I put when I clip it, and I'm going to show you right now how it looks when I clip it inside the unit. Of course, it's not outside the unit. I might put some belt hoops just to keep the elastic there, you know, to have it in this specific location. Finally, the video has come to an end, and here you're watching the unit. It has a little bit of creases because it was stored in a box, so it has a little bit of edges, but you can see how thick it is, natural thickness. You can see the movement, and I'm gonna wear it in a moment. I just want to show you the layers. They're visible. It seems to have like a V shape, like natural growth. This is the parting from on the top, nice and natural. The hairline, the temples, and everything looks just about fine. And me wearing the unit, it looks natural. The thickness is just right, very fine. It looks like really healthy hair, not too bulky, not too thin, just natural. So the video has come to an end. I'm gonna let you see a few more shots of me wearing it, how long it is, and I'm gonna show you some slow motion of that because everything looks cool in slow motion. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and just let me know if there is anything you want to know about this unit or anything else about wig making. I hope this was not too long. It is long, but I hope it's just informative enough, not too tiring for you. And I will make more videos about new units. I'm planning to do a few units for sale. Just stay tuned. I'm just gonna see what I'm gonna do in the future. Thanks for watching again. Stay tuned.